Okay, so we have Pepper here. Same day as Addie, fourth or fifth day collar conditioning, or excuse me, force fetch to the ground with e-collar. She's already gone through the same process, ear pinch to the ground and everything, walking, a little bit of walking fetch with ear pinch to the ground. Back to the e-collar, pressure, fetch out of the hand with e-collar pressure, and then back to the ground. So they both understand. They're both moving very well as far as pressure goes to the ground, fetching off the ground. I was looking at my dates, and these guys I started teaching hold to these two September 26th, so that'll kind of tell you the time frame it takes for force fetch to be done. And the way I do it, it just depends on the dog, who it is. I mean, some are faster than others and some are slower than others, but you definitely want to take your time and make sure it's done right. So Pepper's a little faster moving dog. They're both about the same amount of pressure. I've never worked them past a 4. And I'm actually right now using the Pro 550 because this part on my Dogtra, the stem inside broke. It still works. I don't know if I dropped it and it broke, whatever. So it's getting fixed right now. This is my buddy's I'm borrowing. He was kind enough to let me borrow. Both good collars. I think the Dogtra's a little sharper, but they both work really nice. So we're gonna go through walking fetch with her, and I'll show you. She's a little bit different than Addie, but they're both moving along really nice. Good job. Nice. Nice job, Pepper. One more. Good. Sit. Good. Sit. All right, so just keeping it short and sweet. She's doing really nice. For some reason, these two have always started off a little slower on the first 2 bumpers and then pick up pace as we go, which is fine. It's not a big deal. But with her, I tend to fight her on the lead, pulling her back. That's why I move a little slower with her versus Addie. She's kind of lags a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with either way. They're both responding really well to pressure, and they're both picking up the bumper really nice, and they're holding both very nice and doing a nice job. That being said, just train the dog that's in front of you and make sure that you're giving that dog exactly what they need. And don't tailor, I mean, have your own program set up, but make sure that you can always adjust per dog. I never bumped. I gave her a freebie on that long one down there one time, and I was using high 3s, and they were getting to her just enough to where it didn't bother her, and she was actually fetching off the ground really nice. So I'll stay with that pressure, and we'll keep going, and eventually, hopefully, in a week or two, we'll be completely done with this. But that being said, September 26th is when I started. It'll be at least a month before we're completely done. At least, maybe a little bit longer. Definitely these females have been a little slower than the past males I've trained, which is fine. It's not a big deal. Just take your time and make sure to do the processes right and the steps. You won't regret it. You'll regret it later if they're not done right. You'll regret it. You won't regret it if it takes you a week longer versus cutting it a week and a half short when it needed to be a week longer. So anyways, that's Pepper, and I think she just turned 7 months old, and that's walking fetch.